now on page number 13. Naturally, we call that Yud Gimel here of Masechet Avodah Zara at the moment. I'm making fantastic progress at the moment, and nothing like continuing on this beautiful tractate here of Masechet Avodah Zara. Now, friends, what's going on in today's page of the Gemara? We know that among things, let's just say, that the Mishnah prohibits, let's say, we see that the Mishnah is going to prohibit various different things. For example, selling to pagan idol worshippers. Remember, we've been talking about last few days about the disgracefulness of the other nations, of the idol worship and all the festivals they had of which very much was connected to Avodah Zara and to idol worship at the time of their celebrations. We talked about how they would cut their hairs, of the Caesar will cut his hairs, and different celebrations will take place, and how it's a problem to work in business with them, especially on those days. We've seen the ugly sides of anti-Semitism all throughout Jewish history, and unfortunately much of it actually came at the time period of, let's just say, their festivals in of itself. Now, in today's page, among the things that the Mishnah prohibits selling to pagan idol worshippers include something called an Itz Trobolin. What is this, friends? It's called the pine coins over there. Another thing is the Benot Shua. What is Benot Shua? That is white figs. Then another thing with a name called the Petotarot. These are stems, let's just say, of the above mentioned Itzrobolian and the Benot Shua, which were hung by the stems in front of the idol. This was one thing that, how you could, let's say, describe this. Also among the items, also on top of this, is something called the Levona. What is Levona? We very much learn about this inside the Torah, inside the Tefillot. It is frankincense. And then something else called the Tarnagol Lavan. This is a white rooster. So these are the things that are prohibited inside the Mishnah. Now, all of these are forbidden to be sold, since a Jewish person is not allowed to assist a non-Jew in performing pagan idol worship. So this is gonna, let's say, very much unfortunately going to assist them in their, let's just say, whatever things that they want to do, whichever idol worships they want to do, and how much, obviously, this is a huge problem, just going along with the theme that we've been talking about. As one of the 7 Noachai laws, such worship is prohibited to a non-Jew. So not just for a Jewish person to assist is highly problematic and it's totally forbidden. Also for the non-Jews itself, it's forbidden, because this is a form of breaking the Noachai laws, the 7 commandments from God to Noah over here. So they're going to be over this. And so that's another problem for them. And therefore, let's say, forbidden to a Jew because of the, let's say, there's a concept called Lifnei Iva. This is what we've spoken about before. To give the full, let's say, pasuk, Lifnei Iva lo titen mikshol. This means the prohibition against putting a stumbling block before the blind person. That's very much we learn about Parshat Kedoshim in the book of Vayikra, which we've learned about on various occasions. We've mentioned this actually inside the series over here. Now, unlike the items that are mentioned as being forbidden to sell to pagans, specifically around festival time, these cannot be sold to them throughout the year. These are items that are used specifically for pagan sacrifice, or else they are things that are difficult to find that are used for such sacrifice, let's just say. For these reasons, we fear lest they will be sacrificed, even though it is not the holiday, or else that they will be held for use at the next holiday over here. Now, a great commentator named the Ra'avad, he notes that we do not have such concerns when we sell an animal to the pagan. Why is this? Since animals are available at all times, as opposed to these things that are more difficult to find, let's just say. Now, there's this term which we spoke about at the onset within regards to the Mishnah called the Itz Trobol, comes from the Greek strobilos over here. What is this over here? That refers to any round object, but specifically to the fruit of one of the different types of pine tree. Now, pine cones, which were used for medicinal purposes, as well, were used to sacrifice to something called the Asclepius. It was a Greek god of healing. Obviously, this is total Avodah Zara, and we don't believe in any of this thing, and none of us should. And it also, seemingly, it's totally forbidden for the non-Jews over here, that are pagans that were doing this. The idea of sacrificing, let's say, to a Tarnagol Lavan, a white rooster, fits in with a common priority in many religious ritual practices that, let's say, they favored themselves of white animals. White roosters were also used in sacrifices for Asclepius, which we've spoken about before. So these notes I'm using from Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz. It's already page number 13. Over here we are of Masechet Avodah Zara. We're talking all about medicinal at the moment. Just I had to go to the doctor. We don't believe in any of these things. We renounce it. And sometimes if someone sees people doing these, let's just say these idol worship and stuff like that, then this is a time period to rebuke and to tell off and tell the people, what you're doing, this is totally disgraceful, it's totally not allowed. And we see in those days, we even see in modern history. I once heard a class, I think it was from Rabbi Lawrence Kellerman, if I'm not mistaken, where he was talking about their holiday, Xmas, and the anti-Semitism there was all throughout Jewish history on that specific day, which actually take place. So he was talking about how, unfortunately, many Jewish people, especially in America or all over the world, will be celebrating this day, will be singing these songs, all these tunes, which they're bringing about on that specific day, on the 25th of December, when he explained the whole history behind it, of all the severe crimes that happened against the Jewish community on those days, Jewish individuals, the whole history behind it. So, these things have to be renounced immediately, unequivocally, and it should be shunned away. So that is very, very interesting. Yeah, we just came out of Parshat Korach this week. We're going to come into Parshat Shlach next week. So we're coming into. So that's very, very interesting. And friends, we have been doing these videos now for a staggering 3 years. We started off on the Masechet Ktubot over there, and we've covered probably about 1,100 plus pages, maybe 1,200 pages, which is a phenomenal achievement. So thanks. We're going from strength to strength, and it's absolutely amazing how progress is being made, and we're learning today. So if anyone's interested in watching these videos, please share these videos to other people and join the channel already. We're on 7,000 subscribers already, which is a phenomenal achievement. Learning Daf Yomi every day, a short tidbit. One of the beauties about these videos is I love to go to different places every single day and do the tidbit on a different location. Now I happen to be in doctor's surgery. I think last night I did it from my house. On the Friday I was doing the Shabbat shopping. Thursday we go to different interesting places and with views of Israel and look to encapsulate the beauty of Israel, while at the same time giving over a powerful Torah message, which is very, very powerful. So wishing all well, take care, and Shavua Tov. Thanks so much everyone for watching.